It's a Thursday night. The Christiane Show. We're having some technical difficulties at the moment. The studio is down, so we're going to have to wing it with an acoustic guitar and some cheap little microphone. No, that doesn't matter. We've worked it out anyways. On tonight's panel, we have Nick Burns on the acoustic guitar. We have Mother Menace. We have unbelievable Christiane. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Christiane Show.
Hello, YouTube. Hello, family. Hello, Patriots. Hello, everybody. Hello, trolls. Oh my gosh, there's a full crowd in here tonight already. Oh my gosh. We got Effie, we got DM, we got Abigail, we've got Michelle, we've got Aaron B. Aaron B, welcome. Who else we got? We got. I saw some new faces in here. 12B, welcome. And Dolores and Wayne. Oh my gosh, you guys, welcome. It's Thursday night. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow is Dare night. Oh my gosh. We got. Do we have any updates on the Dare?
It's more like Dare afternoon. There's no auto parts store open after midnight.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to pre-record it, but that's okay because we can watch it and we can commentate, and we can fast forward through the boring parts. Right. But it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope you guys join us for Dare Night. Oh my gosh, Angel's here, douchebag. Love the douchebag. Mama's here. Hello, Mama. Mr. Scrapper. Wow, we got a full house tonight. I'm so excited. I just came back from meeting with Melissa Melendez. She's the congressperson that actually represents my district, my area, and there's so much going on in California. I'm so happy that I'm leaving, but at the same time, I feel kind of bad because nobody's doing anything. There's some voter issues going on. There's just a plethora of just corruption and underhandedness and liberties and rights that they're trying to take away in California. It's unnerving. It really, really is. But tonight we have Nick with us.
Hi. Hey.
And we have Father Mendes.
Hello. Hello.
So yeah, so anyways, so like one of the things that California is doing is there's two things that has to do with voter fraud, and it's very concerning. One of them is the provisional ballot will count that day and it cannot be revoked. So let's say you go in and vote on a provisional ballot and it's totally illegal, you've committed fraud, that vote still counts. So you can go to 12, 14, 20 polling places on a provisional ballot and still vote.
I mean, honestly, have the lunatics, the lunatics are running the asylum over there in California.
It's ridiculous. And then two, they're trying to pass the bill where you have to show 5 years of your taxes in order to be put on the presidential ballot. So they're trying to do that. It has passed all the legislative, and it's up to the Senate at this point. But if it passes, I mean, it's just going to go back to court because it's unconstitutional. And it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a total mess.
It's unconstitutional, yet they want to, I mean, trying to take Trump off the ballot. I mean, think about that, though, too. It's like California is a joke.
I mean, listen, hold on. I mean, when these officials took the job, they had to swear in, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you know what? then they need to be fired immediately because they lied. They've lied when they swore into oath. They lied through their teeth. They need to be fired immediately.
Well, when they were sworn to oath, they swore in to do what they got voted in to do, and that just depends on agenda, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm doing my job because people voted for me, and this is what I promised.
Well, they have to, but it's the Constitution first and foremost when they're swearing in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But the Constitution means nothing anymore to anybody. I mean,
well, I mean,
they're
lying.
The left does not. They only claim constitutional rights when it has something to do with somebody of a minority group. That's the only time they use it. Any other time, it's like, nah, we just forget about that nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's really sad because California is the leader in voter corruption and stripping away liberties. There's more laws on the books to prevent us. One of the new laws that they want to put out is that say you have a handgun and it accidentally was fired or something happened, that they're trying to take away insurance's ability to be able to insure a firearm now against accidental discharge or something like that. And then something else to the fact that you could be held responsible if you were somebody broke in and was trying to rape you and you used a firearm to defend yourself. If that person suffers, then you're responsible.
Well, that's kind of like the old saying that somebody breaks into your house and slips and falls and they can sue you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I was reading all these bills that were either, in committee still and all the ones that are up for, the ones that are passing are all destructive bills to the community. And it's just like it just blows me away that what passes and what doesn't, and then they want to continue to keep in power because they know what they're doing is wrong. They know exactly what they're doing. It's a globalist issue, and it's really funny because in the room full of people were afraid to say it, but you knew that they wanted to say it. There was some people would say it, but it would be under their breath. But people are starting to catch on that this is not a Democrat versus Republican thing. This is us versus them, and I mean them as the globalists, because it's all about destruction. They want to tear down our families. They want to tear down our kids. They want to implement these mandatory vaccines too. And we're talking about HPV. HPV should not be a mandatory vaccine. It's not contagious unless you're sexually active. And if you're homeschooling or you're putting your kid in a charter school, there's no reason to have the HPV. And to me, there's not enough research on the vaccine because there's been a lot of.
No. They want a HPV. Vaccinate all the children because they're trying to inject pedophilia into our society. Mm-hmm. They just want to get the kids ready.
Yeah, it's amazing. I know. I brought in all this sunshine with you guys today.
Hey, let's hit the chat. Let's hit the chat real quick. Give some shout outs, Chrissy.
All right. Yeah, well, let's change the tune here. P. Hefner, DM, Matthew. Hello, Matthew. American Joe. Hey, there's some positive information right there. We are this project that Joe and another guy, he floats around here. His name is Jay. We're working on this project, and I'm so excited because it is from what it started and what it's morphing into is just so exciting. I can't wait to give out details, but basically it's gonna be, it's gonna give the viewers more control
It's gonna be super cool, guys.
It is.
Super cool.
It's so exciting. So it's going to be a lot of work, and
it's gonna be huge. Oh
yeah. So we're not playing around. This is not another Facebook wannabe or anything like that. This is something totally different. There's nothing out there like it, and it's definitely. We'll keep you updated. We do have our website, and then we will have an email soon, so you guys can all subscribe to that. And two, we are looking for a handful of content makers. So if you guys want to email me at info@thechrissyannshow.com for now, and tell me who would you like, who are your favorite content makers, who are the people that you like to watch the most, and that way we can kind of take that in consideration, because this platform is going to be peer reviewed and peer driven, so it kind of gives us the control.
I
and
like
it is
watching Bernie Sanders.
You want Bernie Sanders?
That's what I like watching while I stab myself in the face with an ice pick.
And this is going to be conservative.
Right.
Let's see who else is in here.
We got P. Hafner.
Manny's in here.
What's up, Warhorse?
No socialist.
Michelle. Drop it like it's Scott. Drop it like it's Scott.
I like when Scott comes here just because of what Nick does. Thank you, Scott. Michelle's in here. Wow. Bruce. Like, I don't think there's one show without Bruce in the chat. He's awesome like that.
Yeah, everybody that's coming in late has missed our epic intro tonight, man.
I know. Rational Wrong Think. We had some technical difficulties, but you know what? Sometimes when things don't happen the way you intended, something better comes out. And Nick was dropping some jams. That's all I have to say.
All right. See you, Joe. Thanks for coming in, buddy. He's taking off.
Yeah. It's probably going to be oh my gosh, Joe is just, his numbers are just phenomenal right now.
Let's hope he stays on track and he doesn't get hit by the YouTube Nazis, but keep your fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to implement a program. I can't give out too much information, but we're trying to protect all of that stuff. So if there was ever a chance he does get hit by the YouTube Nazis, he'll still be safe. And so will all the content creators who are subscribed to this engine we're making. So it's pretty intense.
Choo-choo. What's up, Tony?
And Tony's in here. Oh, disabled vets perspective. The cotton picking ninny muggins right there. I'll tell you, stay away from him.
Never trust the ninny muggins.
Never trust the ninny muggins, especially the long hair ninny muggins. Those are the worst.
They're terrible.
So that was all the cheery, wonderful news coming from California.
What are you creating? Scott's keep up, brother.
Scott,
like what? Huh?
Scott, if you don't mind, tell us where you live, because I don't know if you know what we're doing as the Chrissy Ann channel, the three of us. We're actually I'm hitting the road in an RV. And I'm going to be going to different content creators, and doing a video with them, and not just content creators, but also small business owners, any like patriot themed stories.
Floridian.
Where is he?
Everybody's in Florida.
Oh, that's perfect.
You're not going to have to go far. You could just walk to everybody's house.
You're just going to have to stay like a year in Florida to get everything done in there.
Yeah, be careful. Once you get into Florida, you can't get out.
Uh-oh. Jarvis is in here. Is it Jervis or Jarvis?
It's an E. It's Jervis. Do we have to have an English lection? So what? Jarvis.
Jervis. Hicks videos in here. Hello, Hicks. Yes, Hicks, I want to talk to you. DM gave me your information. Well, she didn't give me your information, but I gave my information to her to give to you. So hopefully we can hook up, because I just talked about the project we're working on, not the RV one, but the other one, which we'll go work together. But anyways, so yeah, so there's a lot of awesome, great, exciting things coming up here pretty soon. And I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
And
I just can't fight it.
But back to...
I'm about to drive an RV and I think I like it.
It's just going to be interesting because we've never really met face to face.
Well, you're going to have a long drive. And you know, if you're going to come up here, you might as well, you know, swoop up towards Michelle too. She's upstate in New York, but you know.
Well,
it's this side of town.
You only think we haven't met face to face. You don't know that.
That's true. We were in California.
No. You don't know if I bought a ticket and dressed in a disguise.
You didn't know you guys were face to face, but he was in your window at one point.
You know. Buy a ticket, put a disguise on, wait till you go for fry run.
He's the guy at the window. He's the one handing you your food.
You're telling Nick, oh, there's somebody new at Del Taco. I've never seen him before. He's kind of weird.
Black fingernail polish.
Hey, lady. Nice. What are those trolls in your passenger seat?
He's weird, Nick. He's weird.
That makes sense now, because every time I go get for a fry run, they always say hi to Lilu and Gigi. There was that one time this guy was like, and he had the dark fingernail polish and he had the dark clouds with thunder hanging over his head. And he was asking if my dogs were trolls or gremlins or something like that.
Them gremlins. Hey, don't get them wet. Don't get them wet. Magua.
You know.
So, but yeah, so that, yeah, all that's going on. And yeah, but there's some craziness going on in the Middle East too. I know. What else is new, right? But here's the thing. Craziness now is linking it over here. There is a military contract over in Arizona or Nevada, I believe, and they're ramping up their missile production, and it's going pretty strong. And right now, Trump is beefing up any military bases that are close to Chinese military bases. And I know this sounds weird, but how this is all tied in together. So Iran is ramping up. They're getting ready. They've pulled back on the missile strikes, but the incendiary devices and the projectiles are still continuing.
Hello, Habibi.
Oh, hello, Habibi. Kif
Did you say Middle East?
Yes, I said.
God, did you?
I said Middle East.
This is where my cousins live.
Really?
Yes.
Anybody in Iran?
Maybe. It's possible.
Anybody in Saudi Arabia?
I plead the fifth.
You're so secretive tonight.
Did you say you bleed the fifth?
No, you're wrong. I said I plead the fifth. I am in America.
All right. It sounds like you got a mouthful of mashed potatoes.
Yeah. You maybe clear your throat? Drink some water?
This is better. This one better for you now? Hello.
Yeah, it's better. It's much, much better. How's your goat?
Where Mohammed and his goat. Every time Steve always says something about his goat, and I'm like, every time I see him in there, he asks him about his goat, you know?
Yeah.
I do not have goat, I swear for you. I sell them all.
I saw you with the goat, Mohammed.
No, I traded them for a 1992 Honda Civic.
Oh.
But
Why,
I still saw you
why
with the goat.
1992 and not in 1991?
This is the best I can get for goats.
How many goats did you have?
13.
13.
Oh,
Not 72?
Not 72, no.
Are you going to get 72 virgins?
I give them out periodically. I don't need all of them.
Oh, that's nice. At least you're not. You're not.
I give SJG perspective one.
Oh, did
time.
you? Oh,
Yes,
did
he
you?
gets-
Oh, yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, SJG is pretty cool. Where is he? He's not here.
I
Rational.
don't know.
You can tell him we were talking smack about him.
I swear for you.
But yeah, I swear I saw you with the goat, and then later, just
Where did you see did you see a picture of him with a goat or what? What's
Sure
the
that
deal?
wasn't his wife?
No, I was out for a walk in because he doesn't live too far from me, and he had his goats out,
This is true.
and it was a little disturbing what I saw.
Habibi, you used to come get a goat cheese, you know?
Yeah, but I stopped after I seen what I saw.
What, the goat had a funny walk
Well, no,
What-
because there was a baby goat later, and he walked up to Muhammad, and he goes,
with a human face?
he goes, "Are you my dad? You have my eyes."
Muhammad, do you?
Chimera? Chimera?
Muhammad, true or false? Have you ever had sexual relations with a goat?
False.
I don't
Muhammad,
know.
Muhammad, be honest. Like seriously, every time anybody brings anything up about goats, he disappears. You notice that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Every single time.
Mm-hmm.
I do
Yeah.
not. I plead the fifth. Habibi, please tell them.
I saw you with the goat, Muhammad.
No, you did not.
I did.
I swear for you. Please don't do this.
You know, Muhammad. I'm a good friend of yours. I've told you, about American culture, and I've been, but
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie for you, bud. Sorry.
But I sing like pretty good.
You do sing very well, very, very well.
Yes. Okay, I have to go back to. Do you want to sing? I have to go to gas station. Because
Yes, sing.
to get
Give us
back to-
give us a little bit.
Okay, one more. Would you like to hear something I wrote?
Sure.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
La Hello, Habibi.
Is that goat hair you're coughing up?
Yes.
We love you, Mohammed.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yalla, Habibi.
I think he was coughing up goat hairballs. I think that's what it was stuck in his throat.
You gotta love me some Mohammed,
Muhammad.
That was Mohammed Aloha Snack Bar. So if you guys were just just wondering who that was.
My
And-
goodness.
I think of this. Are we selling his CDs on our website or no?
I don't know. Where did you get them?
Bruce goes, he needs to clear his goat. Exactly, DM. It's Aloha Snack Bar.
It's what you listen to right before you jump off the cliff.
Effie said, "Stop it! You're ticking off her cat." Thank you, DM. Yeah. So,
A lunch chat snack bar.
Let's have snack bar.
Oh.
Oh.
Remember when Muhammad used to go in and mess with Bob?
Oh my gosh.
He used to have me cracking up.
I don't know if you guys know who Trumpster Bob is, but we like to harass him every once in a while. He may be really I wouldn't check him out if you have sensitive ears, but he's very crass. But every once in a while when we're bored, we'll go in and harass him a little bit. And Muhammad has talked to him. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, when he's had that Keystone Truth Serum, it all comes out, doesn't it? Right?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. He used to make videos about me, and I told him I made up a fake account and I emailed him. I was like, if you want the real dirt on Chrissy Ann, I got some stuff for you. So I doctored some I doctored some photos and another girl, Kristen K. She was in here too. So I doctored some photos and made up this great story. And I told him I'd call him later. So he was just excited because he had dirt on me and he was promoting. He's gonna special show. And so I called him, and that's where the Russian lady comes from. So I told him all about Chrissy Ann and how her father is related to Rothschilds and her mother is cousin with Putin. I had him convinced that I had something to do with Khashoggi's death. He was calling the CIA, the FBI on me. It was pretty funny. And he did it all live. It was hilarious. So, but yeah. We should get the link to that. Go find that video somewhere because it's pretty funny.
It is. It's amusing, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess what I find to be news or most disturbing with this upcoming presidential election is apparently now Big Bird has thrown his hat into the ring.
Big Bird? What?
Big Bird. You know who Big Bird is, don't you?
No.
Big Bird is the mayor of New York City.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
No, I'm talking about
baby killer, Big Bird?
Mayor de Blasio today threw his hat into the ring to run for president. That big bird dope of a man is going to run for president.
Yeah.
He single-handedly flushed New York City down the toilet.
Yeah. And it's amazing. It's like, I talk to people online and stuff, and I'm like, look at California. Look at all the Democratic run areas. They're trash. They're
there's like 87 Dems running.
It's ridiculous. Well, I think they're all running because their whole thing is I think they're running in order to try to not get arrested. With the Mueller report being done, and Barr is now going full bore on the investigation of the investigators, there's a lot of shady shift in that stuff, and Schiff being one of them. He's just like, oh no, that's too much money. We cannot invest in investigators, and they want to reinvestigate. We all know what happened. It is just so blatant. And here's the cool stuff. They were so arrogant in their dealings with that fake dossier, the notes that they handwritten. We have them, and those are going to get leaked, and they're going to be unredacted, and it's going to show how it's going to map out exactly how they plotted this investigation. And I can't think of his name. I want to call him Pompeo, but it's not Pompeo. Papadopoulos, I guess he was offered. They put $10,000 on his lap. He never took it. He was in Cyprus. And so they were trying to, what's it called? Entrap. They were trying to entrap him with this $10,000, but he never took it. He left it in Cyprus, never came home with it, because when he came home, they immediately arrested him and said,
Where is it?
The $10,000 is still in Cyprus.
I mean, is it like where? Because I mean, I'll buy a plane ticket right now and go get the suitcase. I need the money.
I think Interpol has it. Somebody has it now, and they're investigating where the bills came from and trying to trace them.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. No, that $10,000 is gold right now. That's evidence. That is evidence to put those treasonous trash bags in Gitmo.
I could pay off some parking tickets.
That was one cool thing about California that they did pass, and not a lot of people agreed with this, but I do, that they can no longer tow your car or tow cars away for unpaid parking tickets and late registration. Because right now the law states if you're past 6 months on your car registration, they can tow your car, which I think is such malarkey, because the registration fees out here are so expensive, and there's a lot of people who can't afford it. So it's
like $300-400.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
That's retarded.
Yeah. And it's supposed to go up again.
Oh, well. Yeah, it's going up because everyone's moving out.
Yeah, and they're putting another water tax. They're taxing the water even more. We actually have a surplus.
Yeah,
and they want to keep taxing us.
Yeah, there's so much snow. There's so much snow pack up in the mountains. That's total BS.
Well, the Central Valleys do have a lot of pollution from years and years of agriculture, but they can fix it. The local, I mean, it is granted the local agencies do need help, and they do need some grants, but there is a surplus, and it's a one-time fix. And they want to tax us on everything. They want to tax our text messages here. I mean, it's just, I just got done paying. The price did drop down. It's only $4.30 for gas. But
that the Warhorse says New Jersey taxes rain, and that's actually kind of taking some. Even a little town over here is doing that now. It was on the ballot in midterms, and it passed. But that's insane. Taxing rainwater.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time for a purge. It really is. I'm really getting sick of this crap.
Well,
there has to be a purge.
I was talking about the other day. It's like, okay, when do we stand up? When do we make a stand and say enough's enough? You are taking away our liberties. You're taking away our, you're undermining our Constitution. You're undermining the things that people have fought and died for. And it's all in the name of greed and the globalist agenda. And that's what it's coming down to.
It really, I would be totally okay as soon as you get out of there. I have friends in California. I have friends that are in the, movie industry and the music industry. And I know Father does too. And I would advise them to leave as soon as possible, because what I would want to do is just chop California off and turn it into an island and just let them float off. Bye.
I know.
Bye.
Continue the wall around it. It sucks because I love it here. It's like beautiful.
I've been saying that too, but then I stop myself and say, why are we letting them have California? They can get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's so nuanced and so hard to. With the movie industry and all the celebrities in Silicon Valley, and it's so congested with like-minded echo chambered liberal thinking that I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. You know what I mean? So I mean, I usually, when I have like a rat problem, I put out a rat trap, right? And that's what we would do. We would just put a rat trap out, but it would be in the sense that we would just chop them off and float out into the ocean. Bye. See ya.
Well, here in Florida, what we do here in Florida is we put a giant tent around the entire house.
Right.
And then the house is completely sealed with this
fumigate
tent.
It.
And you fumigate the entire house, and everything in there is obliterated.
I did not see that coming. What? Terrible.
So, wow.
Boy.
Everyone get all the good people get out of California so we can tent it and then fumigate the hell out of it. And then the sharks will have plenty of food when we kick all the corpses out into the ocean.
Well, they want to get so here's the thing that they're trying to do it so unconstitutionally now. Well, I mean, it's all been unconstitutional, but
$600 to $800.
So they were so they wanted to get rid of the electoral college vote, right? And so they're trying to prepare California. So we're a sanctuary state, right? So the illegal aliens are before the Californian and the American citizens. There you can vote illegally. So basically, they're putting illegal voter, because I mean, you think about it, if 1 million people, which they have already, and we've already have proof of that, if 1 million people have illegally voted, who's going to bring them up and put them in? Who's going to arrest them for voter fraud? I mean, it would just be absolutely impossible. So if we have these hordes of illegal immigrants and saying, hey, if you want to stay here and if you want the laws in your favor, here's how you vote, and don't worry about being illegal, you're fine. And then, the electoral college then Mexico is now governing the United States.
Right. That's pretty much what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You have these bleeding heart liberals that just don't have a clue as to how the real world works.
No.
And I don't think they ever want to. You know what I mean? They're just happy in their little bubble. Everything is cool. They can go get a mocha latte with soy milk, and men go get manicures, and you can get jewels on your stuff. You know what I mean? Like you were saying, Chris, like all the crazy shit that goes on in California, and it's ridiculous. And they're the same people that are complaining about other states passing laws for abortion, yet they're totally okay with passing laws on a state level as sanctuary cities. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, so it's okay that your state can go ahead and pass these laws, and these counties can go ahead and pass these laws to harbor criminals, and that's totally okay because you're doing it in the, it's all with your heart, and, we care about people so much. But then when, a state passes a law about abortion, it's terrible, and it's against women's rights, and it's against all this stuff, and it doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand the logic behind any of it.
Well, yeah, because it was funny because I watched, all the Alabama just passed an abortion ban bill, which is great, wonderful, amazing news, right? So, but now you have these liberals who are speaking out about it, and you have Linda Soros, who is, if you don't know who she is one of the largest women's activists, but yet, and she's also she's tied to CARE, which is a Muslim organization, which is tied to terrorist organizations like Hamas. And
wow, she's tied to a Muslim organization. I would have never been able to tell that from her hijab.
Did you see the woman in Iran who took off her hijab? She took it off, and there was cameras everywhere. And you would think that woman just murdered a child in the street.
mm-hmm.
That oppressive society, they were coming down on her and dragging her off to jail. And Linda Soros, she said, "Oh, well, she was overreacting."
No, she wasn't. She was protesting for her freedoms. Iran used to be a very progressive country, beyond its time. I mean, we're talking about 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
That they were, toe to toe as far as progression is concerned, and especially in the women's movement. The women were allowed to wear skirts. They were allowed to show their ankles.
Yeah.
They cut their hair.
You can go on YouTube or I don't know, probably not, but you can find film footage of Tehran back in 50s and 60s, and you're like, where's that? You would think, like, where is that? Some city in the United States or something?
Yeah, and if you go to Tehran now, and you would think you were in a time machine and sent back 100 years.
Right.
It's just it's sad. It's really sad. And Hamas doesn't care about they stand for Palestine, but they don't care about the Palestinian people. They don't care. They just egg them on and feed that hate, and they don't provide them any humanitarian aid. All the money that is supposed to go towards humanitarian aid is going all to these military moves. They're underground tunnels to try to get into Israel. It's sad.
Are you trying to say that Yasser Arafat? Are you trying to say that Yasser Arafat, he didn't care about the Palestinians?
Yeah, I know. I'm crazy, right?
Well, you were talking about the women's rights too, and how it's actually taking it backwards. And at some point in our history, it was needed. You know what I mean? Like, first wave feminism was a big thing.
Oh,
and then came second wave feminism. And now this third wave feminism is just out of control.
Well, I think women should be able to work, right? Women should be able to stand on their own 2 feet, and I'm a product of that. I've had to stand on my own 2 feet. I would have loved to be a stay-at-home mom. I would have loved to have had that capability, but my circumstances, I had to be able to stand on my own 2 feet, and I did it very well, I believe, despite the hurdles and all the stuff that was thrown at me. But because I chose to not be under a certain situation. So that first wave of feminism was absolutely needed. It needed to be where women had the ability to be able to not be abused and be able to protect themselves.
Absolutely. And it is the reason why women are in the workforce more than men today. Honestly, right. There are more women working today than there are men.
Yeah, there's a lot of stay-at-home men.
Yeah, there is. So that first wave of feminism, the right to vote, all those things, very important. And those were rights violations. Now what they're talking about, name one thing that women don't have in today's society.
The company that I last worked for was a female owner. All the directors were all female. Yeah, all the directors were female.
Sounds like a dirty movie.
And we were mostly a female-ran company. And
right.
You know what? And out of all the companies like that in Southern California, it was the fastest growing company. And, it was, and the beginnings of that company is an amazing, amazing story. I love.
But they still need a woman's march, right? Because women are still oppressed, right?
Yeah, what an awful place this is. It's awful.
Well, what it is, it's that rhetoric. It's that victimized. And this is what they do globally. If you look at any war, if you look at any civil uprising, because if you look at all those wars and uprisings, it's usually, that's how global makes money. They fund both sides in order to get them to fight, and then whoever wins is going to owe them money. So they make money no matter the outcome, right? So
smart business.
They keep this. They try to keep people. One, they like the separation, because the more everybody's separated, divide and conquer, right? So the more they keep people separated. So in the women's movement, you've got liberals versus, conservatives. You have men versus women. So it's got that. And then two, the women's movement also includes abortion right issues, right? Mm-hmm. So that's a huge division of different levels of that. And so that's one thing. So, and then you got the minority victim card. You got like AOC after, she was talking about the band, it's like, oh, here they're trying to control our bodies and blah, 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 blah. It's like, girlfriend, listen to what you're saying. Look up the history of Planned Parenthood. They're the ones, Margaret Sanger, who was the founder of Planned Parenthood, was the one who wanted to eliminate minorities. She wanted to eliminate, subclassed humans, as she called it. She hung around the KKK. She was a
you on the wrong side of history, honey. Yeah. You on the wrong side of history right there, girl.
So the minorities that she cares for she's also a spokesperson for the company that tries to eliminate them. So these new Congress people, they're just evil. I know. They know. You cannot be where you're at without knowing any of this stuff. So, maybe AOC doesn't know because she's just being fed her lines, and she's just an actress.
It's just insanity, man. It's just insanity. I've never seen so many oppressed people in my life as there is in 2019, according to liberals.
Yeah, we're the most thriving company. Most thriving country. We have the most freedoms. And they want to take all of that stuff and put us back into. It's like, if you agree with that stuff that you're saying, then go to a country and live there and live that way for a while. Because let me tell you, you will have a different perspective. Because you know what? If you can't afford Starbucks, that's not poverty. If you can't afford to get your hair and nails done every week, that's not poverty.
What you mean, girl? I can't get my hair done. What you mean, girl?
No,
that's unbelievable, girl. Unbelievable.
I lived in countries where the first time I was overseas and I was in Moldova, and they asked me, what do you cook? And I'm like, I don't cook. And what do you eat? And I'm like, I like chicken. And then, the next day there's chickens in the front yard. That was so foreign to me. That was just like crazy. And these people were happy.
Here's your porridge.
Please, sir, can I have another bowl?
Is your porridge,
please?
Porridge.
Is the porridge supposed to be thick and gray?
Yes.
It was one thing that they would feed me.
It's made with flint water.
They would serve chicken soup, and it would still have like the foot in the chicken soup.
Well, that's where you get all the flavor from.
That's good for your joints. That's good.
And then you use the nails on the ends as a toothpick.
Yeah, you pick your teeth. You pick your teeth. Yeah. Pull it, and then you let that foot dry out. You let it dry out on the counter for a week, and then you can use it as a back scratcher.
Yeah, perfect.
No, thank you. No.
Nature provides. All right, nature provides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Split water. That's hard.
Here's your porridge. Here's your porridge.
Oh, yeah. Split water. Brought to you by Democrats.
Yeah. Put that Flint water in a centrifuge, and then see how much lead you can actually siphon out, get out of the water. I'd be surprised.
That whole thing. Being from Michigan, you hear about it. There was, documentaries and movies out about it. So misrepresented.
Flint, Michigan.
And, like, they showed it. There was a movie that they came out with about the Flint water crisis, and this woman, it was like an activist or blah 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 blah. And they show the council, and they're all white in the movie, when in fact the whole entire city council was black, and they were all Democrats.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that voted to switch over to Flint river water. Yeah. That was their decision. Yet our governor, Rick Snyder, which was a Republican, got blamed for it because he gave him the go-ahead. Said, yeah, go ahead. You know what I mean? So he took the brunt of the blame, and everybody just skirted by the fact that it was voted in unanimously by
me. Not
the
me.
city.
I didn't vote. Not me. Not me.
Well, Joy Behar from The View, when the abortion bill passed.
Please don't say her name.
They posted, these are the people who voted in. And she goes, you notice something? They're all white men.
Oh, God, I can't stand that slack jaw.
This race baiting being.
Just say it. She's a pig. I can't stand her.
Well,
she's just nasty.
Chrissy, you know how I stand on that whole issue, but it irks me about how these people act about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And what's good for the goose is good for the gander only when it's on their side of the aisle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, oh yeah, we want to let all the illegals in. There's nothing wrong with that. And we want to do this, and we want to do that, and we want to do this, and it's totally good. But then when a state passes a law that basically is sticking up for what they believe in, it's bad, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't think we're ever going to win, regardless, with people that just they don't like Christians, they don't like Republicans, they're never going to understand the whole point behind it, and it doesn't matter. I mean, it's just going to be a never-ending fight. Mm-hmm. So it's good that the states are doing what they're doing. Yeah, regardless of if you agree with it or not, at least they're standing up for their morals and their beliefs. Mm-hmm. just like the liberals do.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Thank you, Warhorse. Yes, you guys visit www.thechristianshow.com and help support our show because we are expanding and we're expanding quickly. And so even $1 in any type of contribution actually goes to this. And it goes towards the Patriot movement and towards the cause. And we're going to be
Daddy needs a new Cadillac.
Yeah.
No, we're not buying.
I was just going to say
for you.
we're expanding. Does that mean that we're going to get the hot tub? I want the hot tub.
Getting a hot tub. Mm.
It depends on our viewers. If our viewers think you deserve a hot tub, then you'll get a hot tub.
it's gonna be the smallest hot tub ever.
I got a back issue.
It's a 50-gallon drum.
Yeah. Yeah.
With hot water.
Kim R, you bought a shirt from us? That's awesome. Yes, and we have the coolest apparel. We have the coolest items like this. Oops, I gotta pull it out. This handy dandy phone cover. Yes, you can have me, Peg Bundy, Father Menace, Bobblehead Sidekick Nick, and the strange
Bobblehead. Oh, you're such a jerk.
And we have this strange dog, and then we have the turtle lady because that's our mascot is the turtles. So we have
turtle lady's got nice legs, man.
I know they're kind of green though. It's kind of weird, but you're kind of into that stuff.
You know, whatever.
Thank you, Kim. That's awesome.
I want the turtle lady in the hot tub with me.
Yeah, DM. If you look at the picture, you'll notice that my head is slightly larger than everybody else's. That's why she calls me Bobblehead. Because I told her, my head's a little bigger, right? And she goes, yeah, I did that on purpose.
Father's head's kind of big too.
No, you made mine exceptionally
round,
noticeable.
I liked it that way. It worked. I'm just saying.
I mean, we did track down a place that'll make custom one-off bobbleheads, so I might pop for one just because now.
Yes. So if you guys want to see, if you guys would be willing, if you guys want the coolest bobblehead, it would be us on the couch sitting on top of a Trump turtle. So if you go to our website and check out our merchandise, we do have turtles for Trump. So it would be, we call them the Trump turtles. It's a turtle with the Trump hair on it. So it would be us, the couch sitting on top of the turtle with us on it, and all of our heads will bobble, including the dog.
I heard someone I think it was a couple of weeks ago now, or almost 2 weeks ago, on an independent news station, and she was giving shout outs to people that were donating money for their news program so they could, go to the Trump rallies and this. Anyways, she read off this guy's name, and she said she read off what he wrote, and he said turtles for Trump. That's what she said.
Really?
Really?
No, I'm not kidding. No, I'm not kidding. I was like, what?
You know,
Where was that at?
I was talking to a web developer today, not the ones I'm working. Well, and he said he was looking for something, and he goes, "Your logo came up," and it was something that totally unrelated, and our logo came up on his search.
I like turtles.
Yeah, Turtles for Trump. That is cool.
Do you remember what it was, Father?
Yeah, they're actually out of Alabama. They're called Right Side Broadcasting. They started during the 2016 election. They started with like virtually nothing and like almost no equipment, and now that they have an office, they can afford to rent out a office space in Alabama.
Listen, if somebody starts using turtles for Trump, we have documentation that was us.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm suing.
I'm thinking that I'm thinking that that person saw it. They were watching the show, and they weren't chatting. They were just watching, or something. Because I can't imagine people just pulling Turtles for Trump out of thin air like that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, she was
I think
reading
we're
it
getting
off.
people's attention.
She said that. I was like, wait a second. Then I went back and listened to it again. I'm like, when she read it off, Turtles for Trump, she goes, "Oh, that's interesting." That's what she said.
Huh.
That's
That's kind of neat.
That is cool.
You need a. Was it a YouTube independent? Like, can you?
Well,
Can you
it was Right Side Broadcasting, and they were at the Trump rally. I'm trying. If it's Pensacola, if it was the Pensacola one or the one just right before that, I'd have to go. Type in Right Side Broadcasting on YouTube, and she.
Arena says they cover all the Trump rallies for hours. You know what? I would love to be able to go back if it's logged and get that clip if it's there. That would be sweet.
Yeah, she was wearing white. I remember she was wearing all
damn.
white, and I think she may be of Latino descent because she had dark hair and kind of olive skin, so she looked Hispanic or Latino. And I was like, I can't remember her name, but she's like one of the main girls on camera.
They're all there. She says. DM says all the videos are there. Turtles for
Cool.
Trump.
Bruce, did you get your Turtles for Trump shirt yet? Yeah, and just to let you guys know too, the company that we use to make our shirts do run kind of slow. So yeah, because I'm still waiting for Charity's present. So I do need your address. So if you can text me your address, girl, so I can send it to you. Me and the boys want to send you something. I'm hoping that it's not too small by the time it gets to you.
You said me and the boys? Like, whoa, what's going on?
We're sending Charity a baby gift.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
The Right Side. When was that you saw that, Father?
It was. I'm thinking. I'm gonna have to look for it because I think it may have been. If I remember correctly, I think she may have been inside, not outside, because the Pensacola one or the not Pensacola, but
I gave it away.
The other.
Yeah, she's talking about her present.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Well, I will have to do some sleuthing on that. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
And see if we can find that clip.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Matthew, are you cool enough for the Turtle Club? I don't know. Let's check you out, man.
I like turtles.
You have a pirate song, so yeah, you might be. It sounds like you might be cool enough for the Turtle Club, and you're here, so yeah.
I'm wondering if it's the one in Duluth.
They've been using turtles for Trump for a while.
No,
this is before us. Well, that's interesting. Oh, great minds think alike, maybe. Oh, maybe it's the turtle gang wars going to happen now.
Oh,
the
snap.
right side turtle gang wars.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it was before us. Oh, actually, Bruce is the one who kind of started it, but it's okay. We've got the Turtles for Trump T-shirts.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. DM, let's talk, girl. Lizards for Trump now.
Yeah,
I like lizards.
yeah. Lot lizards for Trump.
Lot lizards. Oh God.
Hi,
Hey, baby.
my name
Hey.
Crystal. My name Crystal.
Hey, baby. You looking for a good time?
My name is Crystal, and I'm not drunk or anything, but I like Trump.
Hey, baby. Let me finish this Pall Mall with no filter, and we'll go behind the bathrooms and have some fun.
I gotta go next. I gotta get into a Peterbilt right now.
Peterbilt. That's right. I personally like Mack trucks. Those are my
You guys, our hour has come and gone,
Oh.
and it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, so I'll have to check that out and see when they started doing it.
Yeah, she's saying they don't have any turtle merchandise.
It's
so.
ma'am.
It was I'm pretty sure it was like a couple weeks ago now.
Cool.
A couple weeks. And
Very interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to. We're gonna talk to DM. She's evil. I'm evil. So, anyways, yeah, if you guys give us a thumbs up on there, please. That really helps us. And anyways, and do you guys want to sing us out or play us out?
Am I to do the same thing?
Yeah.
well, do you know Happy Trails?
Yeah, it's a 1-4-5 thing.
Let's do the 1-4-5 thing then.
So it starts off Happy Trails. I mean, you just do meet again. Yeah, so it's just it'd be short and sweet.
I mean, I don't really know it, but I know it.
Well, I'll sing it. I'll sing it slow and see if you can find the chords.
What key? What key, man? What key?
I'm gonna start off like this. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then.
That's then it does a modulation, man.
There you go.
You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, you guys. Good night. Thank you, P-Hafner, DM. Thank you, my mods, for dropping those links and helping me out. Bruce, DM, Disabled Vets Perspective, CLC in Florida, Warhorse, to everybody, all my new people in here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Join us tomorrow night. Friday night is Dare Night, where Father will do his dare and we'll review the video. And